Aloha, market makers. It is Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and Fibonacci TA. Guys, it was a hot one today in Florida. So that's why I have my Corey's favorite shirt on. It has little parrots on it too. You like that, Corey? And I saw in the news today something kind of depressing. I saw they said over 33% of people, there's a 33% drop in activity in crypto since September. I was looking for that stat. I couldn't find where they got it. It was one of those stats that came up and the anchor was talking about it. But I just thought that was interesting. You guys see that happening in this space. You know, this is a very bearish trend we are in. The stock market, even though it was slightly bullish, had its pump off of its January lows, and it ended the week bullish. We have to see what happens next week. We are in a long-term downtrend, but the good thing is you guys can take this as a learning opportunity. You can watch this channel. You can come check out the room. The link is in the video description, and you can trade on BITGET, guys, because I talked about this, but I have to bring it back up because this trade was so awesome. I want to show it to you guys. I just had it right there. My Luna trade. So I posted this trade on the 21st. Look at the price down here. And I know I bragged about this last time, guys, but I was really proud about this trade because it activated perfectly on my pattern here. Just hit play, had it at $49. Look where Luna got to. It was mental. Blew right through everything. Blew right through the 1618 and almost up to the 2618. It could still, I still think it's going to have a bias to tag the 2618 at 82. It basically got up to almost $80, $79.62, had it at $49. That's the type of trades we're doing in the room, guys. If you want to learn how to do your own trades, learn our techniques, we have live streams multiple times a week, harmonic live streams, Elliott Wave live streams, Wyckoff live streams, and block state update. Nobody's running a Discord the way that we are. Love for you guys to come check it out. Let's go ahead and go on to the daily time frame here. Daily time frame, as you can see, we have this in Wyckoff, and we are tracking the Wyckoff beautifully here. I want you guys to notice something here. Selling climax candle, automatic reaction. Remember, we talked about the rubber band. Action, reaction, automatic reaction, sign of weakness. Selling climax candle, automatic reaction, sign of weakness. Selling climax candle, automatic reaction. You also got an upthrust there outside your trading range. That was ugly. And now you're getting your sign of weakness, and Bitcoin's coming down a little bit. These steps repeat over and over again. You guys want to learn Wyckoff, definitely check us out. And let's go ahead and do some support resistance, okay? Take your trend-based fib. When everybody take their trend-based fib at home, you guys, let's go ahead and do some support structures first. Let's go to this upthrust candle, December 28th. We're looking at wave structures here to the January 24th candle on the daily time frame, guys, to your current upthrust candle. And look at this. Look at the 382. You see how beautiful it is? 382 being used perfectly as support. Your 618 down here at 34K. That is your line in the sand. You don't want to lose a 618. You lose a 618, you'll have a bias to go down to the 1 fib, which would be at like 26.7. Ugh. You obviously have different support structures in here, but your strongest support structure, your next super strong support structure is going to be at 26.7. So that's something you don't want to lose. And let's get our resistance to the rise going up. Let's see what we have. Looking at wave structures, guys, we're going to go down here to that candle, the down thrust, to the up thrust, to the selling climax candle, and then look at this, your ceiling right here. You're between the 382s. You got 38.5 kind of as your base. You're just below it right now. And you have 39.264, which you got above, wick through it, got rejected, and you wick through it again and got rejected. So you're kind of sandwiched right here. And remember, a lot of this is going to depend on what happens next week in the marketplaces. They finished the week bullish. They were behaving bearishly. They revisited their January lows. We'll see what happens. Let's turn on Ichi and see if we're making any progress and looping around. And yes, we are. You see this? So we talked about this previously in my last video. We said how price is going to come down, potentially come around here and make some type of maybe some wave structure, some type of cup pattern, and try to pop through here. And you can see your cloud getting thinner here as well. So this is a good opportunity. And unfortunately, that's like, mid-March. Okay. So you're still at the thickest part of the cloud right here, but you're starting to thin out on March 1st. So maybe we can get some more momentum if we can hold this structure, make some type of bullish pattern. That would be very, very nice to see. But, we got to see what happens here. Let me go ahead and put that back on. Let's look at a couple different things here. Let's look at our VPVR, see where our volume resistance is. Zoom this in. Let's get some more candles, or zoom it out, I mean. And let's go back to this candle, the December 24th selling climax. There's your peak volume resistance. You see that? Right at the top of that, or right just underneath that Ichi cloud as well. You see that? So you got volume resistance there. Let's see where the moving averages are, the big ones. The 233, the 144, the 89, and the 55. Your 55 is laying right on top of the volume resistance. The rest of them are all clustered up here around 43. Your 233 is at like 44.3. And then what is that? The 144 is at 45, 146. These will be descending, which you could end up having happen. And again, this all depends on the timing, right? And how quickly these moving averages will descend. You could have them all coming down this way. And this would be super bullish if price does loop around like this. Again, make some type of wave pattern, volatility compression, pop through here, get on top of all these moving averages, get on top of your volume profile, and get on top of your cloud. Could it do it? Yeah, anything's possible. It can also do something like this, pop up here, hit the moving averages, hit the volume profile line, retest it, fall apart, and make a double top, break your neckline. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. This is a peak area of resistance as these start to descend, and you want to look at this as your target, okay? This is a good target area to see what's going to happen with Bitcoin. Rounding this corner on March 1st, you're in that thinner, starting to get thinner and thinner part of the cloud. The thinnest part looks somewhere like maybe here, March 16th, 15th, 14th, somewhere in that middle range there. That looks to be the thinnest part. We'll have to see what happens if we do get there. Let me go ahead and turn these off and turn the BPVR off. Where is our ALMA? Let's see what this is showing us, and let's get rid of this Ichi cloud. Look at that. So, I mean, that's interesting, right? So our ALMA trend, let me go ahead and pull this out so you guys can see this. Our trend is like almost right on top of the candle. See, this is another way to view support and resistance, okay? The Arnaud moving average. And you can see that you had a lot of resistance here. You see how thick that is? Kind of like the Ichi, right? You had a lot of resistance. But now look where it is. It's just above the candle. So this is saying there's not as much resistance for you to come up. This is what I'm saying. And it kind of lines up with Ichi, okay? Look at all that support you had right here. So this is a turning point in the market for good or bad, okay? When we come around that corner, if we can punch through, you can go into a bullish uptrend again. If you come around that corner, you get rejected by the moving averages, get rejected by Ichi, whatever the case may be. If the other markets dump and Bitcoin follows them, that's very bad because again, why is it very bad? I mean, yes, you'll find support somewhere. It's very bad because there's almost no resistance to the rise. That's when you have to take advantage of the opportunities. You can see here, you tried to punch through the ALMA right here. You see this? You tried to punch through, but like a wet blanket, you got rejected, right? So when there's almost no resistance, that's when you need to punch through. This is obvious. This is difficult to punch through. This is a key test, okay? Not this. This is a key test because this is almost no resistance. So what does the market want to do? Does it want to go bullish or does it want to fall apart? That's what we need to determine. So we shall see when that time arrives. Let me go ahead and turn that off. And then let's look at our caterpillar and let's see if we are tunneling back up yet. And we are. Look at that. That's starting to tunnel up nicely down here. I always leave that on when I'm talking to you guys. That's starting to tunnel up nicely because this is big and fat down here. So your volatility, because of this sideways price action, is starting to tunnel up. And again, you know, we got all this key resistance. So this will be really interesting to see. You know, if you're not at home and you can't follow this that closely, what you need to know, all the moving averages, the Ichi cloud, everything, basically, like I said, if you can punch through here, right? If you can get through here, if you can flip 47,255 right here, you're above all of that, okay? You're green in volatility. You're above the ALMA. You're above all the big moving averages. 47,255. If you're just whatever, if you're not one of those people that watch crypto stuff every single day, follow it closely, just remember that number, 47,255. That's where you need to get to, and then everything could be green. We'll have to see the candles when we get there, see what kind of patterns we're making. Everything could be green for potentially more upside. If not, again, we'll be going down. Let's go ahead and jump to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame. Let's get rid of some of these arrows and let's do this. Let's go ahead and pull this over. All right, so again, even on the 4-hour, look at our ALMA here. I mean, again, This is the opportunity that you need. This is exactly what you want to see. This part here is just having, just having a hope. Maybe we can get really bullish and flip it. But this right here is what you want to see. And again, you have to see where that 233 is. It's right there. Okay, so that 233 on the 4-hour time frame is right at 40,754. That's what we want to see if we can flip that, all right? 40,754. That would be really nice to be able to flip that, be a very bullish thing to flip that. So we'll have to keep an eye on it and see what happens with that. Let's get some upside wave projections here as well. Let's turn this off and let's see what we got here. Let's do, where we want to go for our up wave here. Man, not a lot of nice areas to take an up wave from on the 4-hour. Let's take our trend base fib. Lowest candle right there. Come up here and then down to our swing low there. That's all the way up there at 45. I'll probably back this one out then. I would probably do, let's do something like this. Let's go from up here or down here to that up thrust. Go to this first low here. Yeah, this looks a little bit better. Now you look at your 1 fib. This cluster right here. You see that? Look at that rejection by the 1 fib. And again, you can see your other fibs like your 618 being used as a support and resistance on the rise back, on the rise up. So this looks pretty clean. 4-hour time frame, wasn't that long ago we were just riding above it right here. You see that? And we got our pump that we wanted in the room. We got that trade, and then we just descended, trying to build a basis support. Some of the basic TA concepts we talk about all the time is just the simple concepts of higher lows, right? So you're trying to build some type of basis support and go bullish. We have to see how this plays out. Do we see any X5 patterns here? Any Fibonacci patterns? Well, I know we have them on. I'm sure we'll check the daily. Daily is a lot more powerful, so we'll check the daily. Looking at the ATR, it's elevated on the 4-hour, but see, this was kind of a recent new baseline. You see that? Previous baselines were down here for activity, but you got a recent baseline here. Volume, I mean, this is, what is it? Saturday night. Volume's down. These are 4-hour candles. Again, you want like a long-term trend here from volume declining left to right to get ready for a move. And accumulation's flat, angles down, ALMA RSI's, red. Let's see. Turn that off. And let's turn, what else do we want to see here? Let's look at our caterpillar here. Yeah, see, the caliper was more expanded here. It's not as tight, right? It's tightening up on the dailies. Remember, the daily's lagging, so this is still expanded, and this is what you want it to look like. And unfortunately, we got a dump when it got to that point. Let me go back to that daily. Let's look at a couple of things here real quick that I missed. Let's look at patterns. Where do we have patterns at? Where could Bitcoin rise to before it finds peak resistance? Grab your ABCD pattern tool. We'll go to our up thrust, down to our selling climax, up to our up thrust, down to our selling climax, and something like this right here would give us a Gartley. Pretty much a Gartley. Very close to it, so I would trade this as a Gartley, and that is at 47,255. So in that scenario, I would see price do what it's already done, which is go from X to A to B to C up to D, and at D, if it finds that resistance, it's going to retrace. Okay, now where does it retrace to? Possibly just a 618, possibly deeper. Everything's going to depend on market sentiment, what's happening in the marketplace. Something to pay attention to. That 47,255 number is key, and again, all those moving averages are all floating right in here. Okay, lots of resistance as well as the volume profile line. Lots of resistance to look at. All right, guys, I hope you guys are out having a safe Saturday night. Thank you, everybody, for sticking with the channel. I know crypto has been kind of depressing lately. I hope you guys do get to learn some things that I do teach here on this channel, and I hope it enhances your trading. And definitely consider checking out our room or support us. Try checking out BitGet. It's a fantastic platform. No VPN, no KYC. And our Twitter and everything is in the video description, guys. Have a great weekend. Altcoin videos coming tomorrow. Super Bubble update video coming tomorrow because I got to keep on top of that, as well as another Bitcoin video. So a lot of videos coming tomorrow. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.